Hello and welcome to GlobalSpec's Industrial Marketing Digital Summit. And thank you for joining us for the Industrial Marketing Trends Survey results, what you need to know. GlobalSpec recently completed its latest Industrial Marketing Trends Survey, looking at the goals of industrial marketers and the channels they use to meet them, as well as their top marketing challenges. Today's presentation will offer insight into the top priorities and activities of industrial marketing professionals today, and recommendations on how you can use these survey results for planning your own marketing initiatives and allocating resources. Now, before introducing our speaker, we'd like to invite you to submit questions at any point during this presentation by using the Submit Question button at the base of this video console. Also, some of the presentations you will see today include detailed information, so we would encourage you to click the Download PPT button so that you can follow along with your own copy of the PowerPoint slides. As Senior Vice President of Product Management and Supplier Marketing for GlobalSpec Incorporated, Chris Sheridan oversees all direct marketing, demand generation, product management, and market research, as well as public relations and advertising. Welcome, Chris.
Thanks for joining us for today's presentation of 2012 Industrial Marketing Trends, What You Need to Know. I'm Chris Sheridan. I'm the Senior Vice President of Product Management and Supplier Marketing for GlobalSpec, and thanks for taking the time to join me today. What I'd like to do is take you through some research that we recently conducted, showing what your peers are doing as it relates to marketing within the industrial sector. Following the presentation, I will be at the GlobalSpec booth in the exhibit hall, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have, so I encourage you to stop by. Before we get started, I want to talk about the importance of this research. Why does this information matter, and how is it useful? There are a number of reasons. First, you want to understand what your peers are doing. It's not to say that you need to follow in their footsteps, but you will want to have an understanding of what the industry average is. From here, you'll want to think about how you can go beyond the industry average and optimize your marketing plans to develop a strategy that is best in class. It is also valuable in demonstrating to your executive team that your efforts are on par with what's taking place in the industry. Even more importantly, if your plans are not aligned with what your competitors are doing, you may not get the results you need. So let's start by taking a look at some overall industry trends. Ad spending is on the climb. It is expected to reach $170 billion in 2012, a number that continues to grow. And marketing leadership is expecting more from their marketing plans than ever before. Duke University's recent CMO survey asked chief marketers to share their expectations for marketing performance goals in the year ahead. There are increases across the board. For example, sales are expected to be up 6.7%, profits to be up 6.2%, and new customer acquisition up by 5.7%. So with increased demands, we are all striving to do more with less. And based on B2B's 2012 Marketing Outlook report, 73% of marketers have been working with reduced budgets in 2012, and nearly 80% have staff levels unchanged or lower than the year before. As the challenges mount, it's important to understand what goals and tactics to focus on to get more bang for your marketing buck. What I'd like to do now is share the results of our 2012 Industrial Marketing Trends Survey and give you some key takeaways and recommendations to help you make the most of this research. Just to give you a little background on the survey, we've been conducting this particular survey online annually since 2006, so we're actually in our 7th year of the survey. And what makes the survey unique is that respondents are industrial marketers. They're our audience that's here today listening. There are many surveys out there that gauge the pulse of the larger B2B marketing space, but we narrow our focus specifically on the industrial marketers. We had 317 respondents to this year's survey, so let's now dive into some of the results. One of the key takeaways for this year's survey is that lead generation and customer acquisition remain top priorities among industrial marketers. Generating leads, growing your customer base are at the foundation of a successful business, so it would make sense that these would be high priorities. However, you cannot discount the importance of brand awareness. We asked respondents to indicate what their primary marketing goal is this year. As in past years, customer acquisition and lead generation have maintained the top 2 spots on the list. with 2/3 of respondents indicating they are the top marketing goals. Branding continues to increase in importance, with 20% selecting it as their primary marketing goal. And the best way to achieve multiple goals is to choose targeted online programs that deliver quality contacts and inquiries, as well as offer branding opportunities by making your company, products, and services highly visible. Each year, the Industrial Marketing Trends Survey seeks to understand the different types of media channels that marketers rely on. And one thing is for certain, there is no one marketing tactic that is going to accomplish every goal that marketers have. And that's why we see a variety of channels, both online and traditional, incorporated into the marketing mix. In the survey, we asked, which of the following marketing channels do you plan to utilize in 2012? As we have seen in past years, the top channels used by industrial marketers continue to be websites, email and trade shows, a mix of traditional and digital media. And this has stayed virtually unchanged year over year since first conducting this survey in 2006. This data represents the marketing channels that are at the top of the list. And for this chart, I have indicated digital channels in red and traditional channels in blue. And rounding out the top 5 are SEO and social media. For a relatively new marketing channel, social media is high on the list, showing that industrial marketers are really embracing this marketing channel. And here's a look at the channels that comprise the bottom half of the list of marketing tactics in use for 2012. The bottom 10 channels include both traditional media, such as printed directories, telemarketing, direct mail using rented lists, as well as digital channels, including blogs and podcasts. We also asked, compared to 2011, how will your spending on the following marketing channels change in 2012? And here's a look at the top channels where industrial marketers are anticipating spending more in 2012. This isn't the list of the top channels being used or where the greatest portion of the industrial marketing budget is allocated. These are the channels where the greatest percentage of people are increasing spend. Webinars make the top of the list this year. This channel is increasing in popularity, which can be seen by the percentage of people looking to devote additional resources to webinars in the year ahead. Also on the list are a mix of traditional and online methods, including trade shows, paid search, PR, and email marketing using rented or purchased lists. When we took a look at the channels being utilized by industrial marketers in 2012, social media was listed in the top 5. These results show that social media has earned a place in the list of tactics available to industrial marketers. More and more companies in the manufacturing sector are using social media as a marketing channel. Many companies are evaluating these tactics and trying to identify specific reasons and goals for their social media strategy. Now here's a look at social media usage by companies in the industrial sector. We asked survey respondents, which of the following social media applications is your company currently using or participating in? LinkedIn is the most popular channel and continues to grow, with nearly 3/4 of industrial marketers saying they are currently using it. Second in usage is Facebook, with 55% of companies saying they're using that currently. Twitter and video continue to be used by a good portion of respondents, 40% and 36% respectively. New to the list is Google+, and despite its newness, 25% of companies are currently participating in it. At the bottom of the list are the more resource-intensive channels, such as blogs and community sites. This is no surprise, as these tend to be viewed as requiring the most work effort among social media options. We also asked respondents if they have an employee dedicated to social media. 92% do not have a dedicated employee, showing that for the most part, social media channels are being assigned to an employee or employees in addition to their regular marketing responsibilities. This next question covers what social media is being used for. At the top of the list is branding, with over half of respondents indicating they are using social media for this purpose. Over half of respondents indicate they are using it for content delivery. At the bottom of the list is customer care, which shows that it's being used more for marketing and lead generation and less for customer retention. Social media is being used by industrial marketers for a variety of goals, that's for sure, but how happy are industrial marketers with their social media efforts? And our survey results showed that a majority of respondents are not satisfied with their social media efforts. Only 17% of respondents indicated that they are satisfied with their social media efforts. A third are dissatisfied, and a half are neutral. A marketing Sherpa study showed similar results. It stated that just 6% of B2B marketers rated social media as effective. Their research showed that it was well below more established online tactics, such as web and search optimization and email marketing, and even traditional media such as trade shows. In fact, social media tied with print advertising is the least effective marketing tactic in the Sherpa study. Another topic we ask each year as part of the Industrial Marketing Trends Survey is what marketing budgets look like for the year ahead. And in recent years, we've seen that marketing spending is continuing its upward trend, especially as it relates to online marketing. 84% of industrial marketers indicated that they're increasing or maintaining their marketing budgets in 2012. Nearly half are holding steady with their marketing budgets, while 35% are increasing spend for this year. As more people are increasing, or at the very least maintaining their marketing spend, you're putting your company at a disadvantage if you decrease your spend. And if you're one of those people whose marketing budget has decreased from 2011, you should know that companies that don't spend have a harder time maintaining their marketing presence. We also asked what their online marketing budget looks like for 2012. 93% of respondents plan to maintain or increase their online spending. Half of the respondents anticipate maintaining their online budgets in 2012, while an impressive 42% are increasing their online spend. This is a good number to use as a benchmark to measure your own activities. 42% of marketers in your space are boosting their online marketing budgets. If you're planning on maintaining or decreasing your online spend in the year ahead, you may be left behind. On average, 38% of the industrial marketing budget will be spent online in 2012. While budgets are continuing to increase, this is not enough. Given the near universal reliance by your audience on the internet for work-related purposes, you want to right-size your budget and devote a greater percentage of your marketing spend to where your audience can be found. And where are people spending their online marketing dollars? Well, here's the breakdown by average percentage of spend. At the top of the list is company website, which is no surprise. And rounding out the top 5 are email marketing, search engine optimization, online directories and websites, and search engine marketing for paid search. And with a third of the online marketing budget, on average, devoted to company websites, the budget for other online media channels is much more limited, especially when it needs to be divided among the various options out there. And combine this with the fact that only 38% of the average industrial marketer's budget is devoted to online marketing, and the piece of the pie gets even smaller. While industrial marketers on average continue to devote less than half of their budget to online marketing, your audience is relying on online resources for conducting work-related research. We recently surveyed an audience of engineering, technical, industrial, manufacturing, and scientific professionals, asking them the following question. When researching a potential work-related purchase, how valuable do you find each of the following resources? And the scale here is from 1 to 7, with 7 being the most valuable. So let's highlight the top 5 results. As you can see here, traditional media sources are not as valuable as online resources. 4 of the top 5 most valuable resources are online. So it stands to reason that you want to spend your marketing dollars on resources that your target audience deems valuable. And not only do engineers and technical buyers find online resources valuable, they're spending a significant time on the internet for their jobs. 48% are spending 6 or more hours a week online for their jobs, and 17% spend 12 hours or more a week online. And as I mentioned earlier, 84% of industrial marketers are maintaining or increasing spend. Oftentimes, marketing budgets go hand in hand with overall company outlook. And it looks like this positive trend is also seen in overall company sales predictions for the year ahead. A majority of the respondents, 83%, indicated that they anticipate their company sales to be up in 2012. Overall, only 4% of respondents expect company sales to be down in 2012, showing a very positive outlook in the marketplace. It goes without saying that a marketer's job has always been challenging, and in recent years we've been faced with more obstacles to overcome than ever before. We regularly face many challenges within the organization, ranging from development of marketing plans and budgets to approval and execution, and all the way through reporting and measurement. And let's take a look at some of the top challenges faced by marketers like you in today's B2B business environment. We asked survey respondents to name the biggest challenges in their profession. And at the top of the list is generating leads for sales, a challenge identified by nearly a third of respondents. And this goes back to the beginning of today's presentation. Generating leads helps sales be successful, which in turn grows the company's business. And marketers are under pressure to deliver leads for sales, a job which is often found to be very challenging. Second on the list is measuring ROI. It's not always easy to measure the success of your marketing efforts. Online methods can help with this, as many online marketing channels are trackable and offer reporting. But you need to understand what's important to you and your company and use the metrics that measure that accordingly. Third on the list is social media. And this goes back to what we spoke about earlier. Marketers understand that they need to include social media into their marketing efforts, but aren't really sure how they should do it or the results they should expect. Now, you can visit our booth today to get a copy of the latest research on social media use in the industrial sector, which I think you'll find helpful. Also in the list are getting budgets approved, nurturing leads, justifying marketing's role to the CEO, and working closely with sales. And the challenges that we face aren't limited to the ones that I just shared with you. When asked to use one word to describe the biggest challenge facing B2B marketing today, 472 members of a B2B technology marketers LinkedIn group responded. And while many of the challenges mirror those that we discussed, such as measurement, ROI, and leads, there are many more that make the list. Things like content, relevance, engagement, differentiation, credibility, and trust are also key challenges faced by other B2B marketers. I would like to leave you with the following key takeaways and recommendations. First, allocate your marketing budget accordingly. Your audience is going online to conduct research and make purchasing decisions. Suppliers are devoting more spend to online channels than ever before, but it's not enough, given the near universal use of the internet for industrial professionals' purchasing needs. You want to shift more of your marketing dollars to digital media solutions that can help you reach this audience. Next, remember that measurement is key. With an increased focus on return on investment as a way to justify marketing spend, you want to measure the impact and results of your marketing initiatives to help you determine how to divvy up your marketing budget and resources. And to do this effectively, you may want to look at using online channels that help you effectively measure the results of your campaigns. You will also want to give some thought to your social media strategy. While we all know that we need to have an understanding of social media, setting up accounts without putting some thought or strategy behind them is not enough. You want to know how your target audience is using social media. What are you using it for? And what results you want to achieve. This will help you feel more satisfied with your efforts. Finally, you will want to choose targeted programs that offer both engagement and awareness. Select those marketing channels that are going to give you the most bang for your marketing buck. Ones that are going to deliver qualified, targeted engagement opportunities, but will also offer brand awareness among your target audience at all stages of the buy cycle. Lastly, I leave you with this quote from the founder of Boston Consulting Group. Being average, doing what your peers do, is not a step to getting ahead. Push the envelope, give your current marketing plan a thorough review, and don't move incrementally to where your audience is. Move big. So thank you for joining me for today's presentation. I hope you found the information presented here to be helpful as you consider your own marketing goals, strategies, and efforts. And to learn more, I encourage you to visit our booth at the exhibit hall and download our 2012 Industrial Marketing Trends Research Report for all the details. And if you're interested in connecting with GlobalSpec via social media, you can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, or SlideShare. I will also be at the GlobalSpec booth in the exhibit hall following this presentation to answer any additional questions you may have regarding today's presentation. And again, thanks for attending and enjoy the rest of the summit.
Chris, thanks for that great presentation. Now, before moving on to explore the exhibit hall of this event, please take a moment to click the Take Survey button and give us your feedback on Chris's presentation. Chris will be available in the GlobalSpec booth immediately following this presentation to answer any questions you may have and to continue the conversation. We'd like to thank you for spending some time with us today, and we'll see you back here in the conference center a little later on.